Great. Welcome again with Icon Selections Connects, episode 8. We said yesterday that we would do this in the batch with Jan Haaksman, but he is occupied with a very important client. So I found these two beautiful people ready to be with us today. So my name is Guillermo Maecha, I'm the commercial director of Icon, and I want to introduce these two beautiful people to you guys.
My name is Jared Dobecki. I work with Kendal Floral Expo, based out of California on the West Coast. So happy to be here.
And I'm Heather Butts, the category manager for Raley's supermarkets in California in the Sacramento area.
Great, great. So what are we doing here? Of course, we're in the
We're
showroom.
looking at Tequila Sunrise.
My God, it's crazy. Everything what we're doing here is a special week, Chrysanthemum week, and we got a lot of people over from the United States, and we are showing new varieties. We're trying to get in new trends, and this is what we are going to talk about today. So, Jared, you first. Sorry, I need to go with Heather. Of course.
Yeah, ladies first.
Okay,
ladies,
yeah,
ladies
you're
first.
right.
Ladies first.
This is one of my favorites.
You love it.
I love
The
it
Tequila
because
Sunrise.
Tequila Sunrise makes me think of summer, and it goes nicely into fall. My customers love it
Okay.
because it makes them feel happy.
Okay, nice.
So-
Great comment on that one.
Yeah, I love it. The great centers has a yellow with the green and this orangey peach color. It's just perfect for this time of the year.
Okay,
Hence
nice.
the name Tequila Sunrise.
Hence the name. Yeah. Well, we have Chivas. We have Tequila Sunrise. People say like, maybe our breeder is an alcoholic. I don't know.
No, he's not. He just knows what tastes good.
No, it's really good. It's really good. You guys are here to do what?
I'm here to see what's new and coming with what you as the breeder is offering us as a retailer, because I'm buying for the end customer to take home.
Yeah.
And this stuff excites me because to see new colors, you always want this kind of a peachy orange. It's not common.
Uh-huh.
Or you go here
Yeah,
and you have this beautiful Tequila Sunrise pink, a pinky lavender. These two complement each other, and these go in a mixed bouquet. But there's so many flowers on here. A customer could buy this from me at Raley's,
Okay.
and cut it and put it in a vase, and it will stand on its own. It's amazing. It's like
Nice.
a hug.
Nice.
So I love it.
Jared, you see a lot of varieties here. We have like 60 new varieties. How do you guys filter this in your hand?
Oh, that's the tough part. That's the tough part. So many beautiful new things. But coming here, I know that there was some varieties and colors that we specifically had been wanting to target. Peaches being one, some bronzes, some reds that you guys will see as we work our way down. That have been some things that market-wise goes we've wanted to develop more of. And Icon has done a brilliant job delivering on those things.
Thank you so much. Yeah, well, it's difficult. Mark, our breeder, does a really great job. We need also have varieties like the traditional colors, white, yellow, and pink.
Yes.
But we try to also cover the niche market. And I think we do a great job. And one of these examples is the Tequila Sunrise, I think.
You did a great job because customers are always asking me at the retail level, well, what's new?
Uh-huh.
And that's why I'm here to see what's new and to tell you, give our feedback from a retailer standpoint of what customers are asking for. The basics, we need to have good, strong basics, but we also need to have Tequila Sunrise.
Nice. Yeah, really great, great. Well, we will walk on.
Okay?
What we are showing here are what I said again, is like 140 varieties. That's a lot. And we know that everybody here who's visiting this with a goal are going to see more than 1,500 varieties with all the 10 breeders who are participating in this Chrysanthemum week. So yeah, well, that's really hard. And for you guys, it's the first time here, right?
Yes.
Correct. Yes.
First time.
First time. And well, you're only been here, and maybe with other breeders, you're going to visit other breeders?
Yes, we're going to see some other breeders.
Great.
But right now, this is the best.
This is the best one. Well, that's what I want to hear. You see that we have a lot of bronzes. You
Yes,
can walk
which is
on.
perfect.
I was
What about this green here?
I love it. I love
And
it.
I love the name, Kenobi.
It's strange.
I know.
It has three
But
colors.
it's fun, but you can touch them and they're nice, hard flowers and they open up so nice.
It's crazy that
Good
you
texture.
say it, that you highlight it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think another one of the things worth commenting on is the consistency. Everything is very, very consistent. A lot of every stem, multiple blooms, height, everything is very, very, very consistent, which at a retail level is imperative. Everything needs to be consistent.
Completely agree.
And why for you guys is that so important?
Because it guarantees the quality. Out of everything, you can ship 365 days a year, and you know what you're getting.
Okay, nice.
And the customer gets the bang for the buck. You see all these flowers on one stem. They get a lot of value out of that, as opposed to just one.
Okay. Yeah, really nice. Well, the focus of Icon, of course, is not only color and flower points. We also focus really on foliage. If you see the plants, you know the foliage is green, intense green.
Very intense green.
It's like it has a glance over it. It's I really love it.
Very healthy. Very
Is
healthy.
that also important for you guys?
Very important, because the foliage in there, when you put for vase life, you want something to enhance the color.
Okay.
And the dark green of your foliage does that. And it feels nice, it looks good.
It highlights the
Years ago, foliage on chrysanthemums were not pretty. You guys have done a fabulous job of bringing that
level up.
and worthy, because you want to see it. Because you could cut this, put it in a vase, and be on its own.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Very
have to
nice
be-
compliment. That's also the focus of Mark, and we see now a trend that other breeders are following.
Good.
Yeah, we
Good.
see other breeders also looking more at foliage.
This Sun Kiss, this
love
is a
it?
beautiful orangey bronze, perfect for going into fall. And look at, again, all this beautiful green foliage and all these flowers. And they open up so nice and big.
Yep.
A lot of fall value for the U.S. customer.
And to get into that fall, in January, I guessed a little bit like, hey, I think fall this year will be longer. We'll start earlier,
Yep,
and I was right.
you were
Which
right.
is a trend that we're seeing.
It
Fall.
is a trend.
And bigger fall. What do you think about that, and why is that extending? Why?
For us, the 1st of August, we already had customers asking
For
us
fall?
for fall. Pumpkin spice. They want pumpkin spice already.
Okay.
They want it in their coffee drinks. They want it in their flowers. So let's give it to them. And it's a natural transition for late summer to go into these warmer, darker colors.
Yeah.
So I see it. They feel it.
Crazy. No, I love
It is crazy. It's on trend. It's been
Yeah.
that way going the last couple of years. And this year they've been a lot more vocal.
Agreed.
Yeah, it was a
Very much
farmer
agree.
who asked me, like, what should I do? I said, well, you have to have your plants ready in week 34, 33, just to
Agreed. I
just
mean,
to have something fall going on, because the people are going have an earlier fall, and I think it will always. It's also a bit about the bad summer. Probably
Yeah.
it has to do a little bit with that as well, because everything is rolling right now as like in 2019, and the summer is really hard for a lot of growers here. These colors are going to be earlier on the market, and I was right,
happy to see it.
and I'm so happy
Good
that
prediction
the
there.
prediction was
Guillermo.
right.
Good prediction.
Yeah,
I
really
think
good.
something else we're seeing a lot of too is bronzes and oranges being used with hot pinks and creating what some people are calling an electric fall type look, and that's something we're seeing a trend becoming more and more where it's leading
Nice.
from a summer into the fall, because there's so many different ways you can use bronzes and oranges,
Yeah, they're
and
not
it's a
just fall.
multifaceted type look that you
Right.
can use in a lot of different ways as well as standalone.
And is that the reason that we are also right now seeing like the bright orange as an everyday color?
Yes, I'm just gonna say that.
Agreed.
Orange has definitely been a bright everyday color, and you can have it year round. And being able to have this year round would help on the retail side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great comment.
Yeah.
I wanna highlight another variety which I really want to know. What do you think about it?
Which one?
This one.
This guy right here?
Yeah, it's the creamy daisy.
It is a creamy daisy. It reminds me of butter.
Yeah,
Sweet cream butter at home.
ivory.
It's ivory.
Yep.
And this is a great color. It enhances with purple. It enhances with orange, yellows, all of them. It just makes them pop out. And again, look at this lush foliage and all these flowers. This is a true green, dark green.
Yeah.
I love it. Green center, love it.
If you look in generally to this trial and maybe to the trials you already went, do you see also a trend with the breeders? Do you see also that the breeders are putting in some new stuff which you like? Hey, this can work, like in form or in color.
Yep, totally.
Yeah. So what do you see?
What do I see? I see like some new colors, like this one here. And this one here. This is new. They're a little more muted, but they tell a story. Because again, could be all year. It can be interpreted as red. This can be interpreted as pink or purple. This can go with orange. It could go with this lovely sweet cream or yellows. And it's telling a new story. And we need, because bright colors are great, but we also like muted colors.
Yeah. We know that chrysanthemum is a product which had like a more negative connotation.
They did.
In the past. We're seeing an increase. What do you think is happening? Why is it becoming a more positive mainstream product?
Because you're taking it up a notch.
Okay.
You're giving it the new foliage. You're getting more flowers on a stem, especially on these multi-stem varieties. And there's some newer, enhanced colors. And the different types. You have the daisies, you have the buttons down there, you have cushions, and you even have some, what we call the mum ball, right?
Yeah.
That's like a wow, that's new. That's something that gives chrysanthemums a happy name instead of being old-fashioned and old school.
That's
brings it into modern times, which is on trend, and it's good because customer wants a long base life.
That's what I wanted to say. Yeah. Do you agree?
Oh, very much so. I think as the chrysanthemum varieties continue to be enhanced and elevated, the other thing that we're seeing is when they're used in mixed bouquets that they are enhancing the focal. That these are not being looked at as just as much of a filler as an enhancement to the overall mixed bouquet as well.
Like
and a big part of that is the advancements that are happening with breeders like Icon.
Okay, nice. Yeah, really great comment.
And I appreciate that Icon's asking the questions of what people want and what we're seeing in trends.
Well, obviously there is failing one analysis, and that's what is the opinion of the guy who comes into your stores and buy the flowers and is going to put them in their phase, in their environment and home, because for us it would be so nice to have that information as well. We are here at the front of the chain.
Yes, you are.
And all the people who are buying our flowers, I think they have a voice as well, but it's so difficult to reach.
It is.
Is there anything that you guys think about or how we in the future can get that information to us?
I think that's something we can open up a dialogue, me as a retailer doing the buying, because I do hear from my stores that sell it, and because they hear from their customers, and I can pass on that information.
And do you guys also work with mystery shoppers?
We don't at Raley's, but in the past they have. Currently we're not.
That would be nice for flowers.
It would be. I agree.
I'm just launching something.
Yeah, no, hey, good suggestion. Good suggestion. Like this bronze here. Again,
Beautiful. Dark
orange color. This is great for summer and into fall. I mean,
Yeah,
we could run this for 6 months out of the year.
that's nice.
And look at this guy. This almost looks like a dahlia. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's the
that's
button.
what Icon's doing that I see visiting here to bring chrysanthemums up, elevate the
Nice.
connotation of being old. It's now what's new.
Yeah, great to hear that. Let's move on to the bed where our cameraman.
Okay.
Do you think that the assortment we are doing right now is big? We have 8 beds full of flowers. Is that for you enough, or would you say, hey, no, next year I want to see less?
No, I think this is good because you gave us good choices and different colors, different varieties, like the single varieties, the multilateral varieties. No.
Look, this one. I really highlight this one. Airbrush.
Airbrush. It looks like an airbrush. This is amazing. Look at the colors. It looks like we just painted on that lavender color. Love it. Love it.
Could this be everyday product?
Absolutely. This is an everyday color, 12 months out of the year.
Consumer bunch bouquet?
Both.
Both.
Yes.
Nice.
Both.
Nice. Yeah. We see also an increase in numbers with this variety. We have it already for a while, but it's still growing. So I think what you say is that.
And I think we can grow this more even as a consumer bunch, because I think this could stand alone in a vase.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. Why would you say agree?
No, I feel like when you have certain colors like this being one of them, that it's such a multifaceted type use. Like Heather's saying, you can put it in a consumer bunch and have 10 stems of this all by itself, and it's going to look absolutely beautiful. You can also use it in a mixed bouquet and a variety of different color schemes.
And this is modern.
Agreed.
This is modern. This is the 21st century.
We're also seeing in a lot of ways pastels kind of making a comeback, and this fits into that mold, being a really light pink lavender look with the white center.
Yep.
But yeah, the lighter colors have as much of a place as the contrasting bright colors right now.
People told me that when they went to the other breeders, that there's also a trend that the flowers are stay more cup. So they're not opening up, but they're more cup. What would you say about that? Do you like that, or do you think that's, well, no, the breeders should change it? To just giving a detail, why breeders are doing that, we are also looking at transport. So it's really handy if the flower is a little bit compact for transport reasons. What do you guys think about that?
I'll chime in first. The cupping stage, for me to come up and look, makes me want to look inside. What's in there? It's inviting me. Ooh,
Okay.
What's in there? What can I see? So
Okay,
I like it.
curiosity.
Yeah,
Okay.
curiosity.
But for example, you know that it's really important that it has a green center. When the flower is more close, it will not pop out like, for example, what we have there with
On the yellow?
on the sunbright. But it's not a problem.
No, not at all. I don't foresee it as a problem.
I think both, as far as structure goes and texture to the bloom, both have value, whether it's cupped or a more open bloom. I will say I feel like some of the more open blooms tend to, the circumference on it is bigger, and so therefore the value proposition to an end consumer could seem greater if the bloom is bigger. That's a pretty simple straight across that. The bigger the bloom is, the larger the value prop is to the customer.
That's a valid point there too.
But both have their place. It's definitely one of the
Because also
different
that's a
textures
discussion.
are yes.
Right.
They have also a discussion. We go there.
Okay.
It's Valentino.
Valentino,
Yeah.
my boyfriend.
That's a prize winner.
This is a prize winner.
Yeah, last
This
year
is
won
a true red.
yeah, it's a true red. But you know, we see here a smaller flower, right?
Yeah.
So the discussion is like,
But it's
should you guys, and in connection with the growers, you know, the growers here in Colombia say, like, for me, flower size is really important. But is that important? Yes or no?
Depends on the look you're going for.
Okay.
You want both. Sometimes you want a look of many flowers, and then other times you want the great big bloom.
Okay.
It's depending on what you're using it for, what your look is going for.
Okay.
Agreed, and I also feel like the end consumer is going to have a different opinion there. That sometimes some of the things like the dotties or the micro palms, where there are more blooms and they are smaller, will have just the same value to somebody as a larger bloom. Something I want to call out on this one, there was that so beyond impressed with this bright red.
Okay.
This was, I know, something that coming here I was hoping to see something exactly like this. A lot of reds tend to side on a little bit more of the burgundy color scheme, and this is a true red. And so there is a lot of different use for a variety like this.
Oh yeah.
And this red will stay red because you have varieties. They are really nice, intense colors. You put them on a vase and then they lose color. Valentino will not lose the color, so that's also an advantage of this variety.
Yeah.
This is one I'm really excited about.
Oh,
Very
me too,
excited about
because I
this
was
one.
hoping to see one myself, so I'm going to chime in what you said.
Okay.
Wanted a red because Christmas, Valentine's Day, everybody asked me, what's red? What's red? Because, you know, there's never enough red at Christmas and Valentine's Day, and here we got.
And then I
got
will
a moment
splash
like this.
the question. Valentine red every day.
Why not?
I agree. I agree. It can be definitely for summer with this the color of the center of the bloom. Summer, fall, winter. I agree. I think that right now too, having more varieties in a bucket at a retailer is that much more to draw somebody in. You're going to have different buyers that are looking for different things, and when you only have 4 different colors in a bucket versus 7 or 8 colors in the bucket, the ability to draw somebody in is that much more.
Yeah, because everybody's looking for something different.
Agreed.
So you try to appeal to the masses.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, this one's a winner. This is a beautiful variety.
Yeah, we love it as well.
Yeah.
Valentino is growing a lot. A lot of people are getting it right now. There was a time we didn't have even cuttings available because so many people were asking for it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's nice to get away from tinting. Having said that, we're wanting true
This is
reds.
natural.
Very often that people will want to tint white pom-poms red,
Yeah.
and that ties into looking for a natural red. And this is it. Very, very vibrant.
Super, super. Okay,
Sure,
where we can do already said it a little bit about the micro palms.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go that way.
Over
Yeah,
there.
Follow you.
You can show a little bit this arrangement. Incredibly, really incredible.
These are beauties. And these micro palms give so much texture
To a bouquet.
to a bouquet. These I see as a slam dunk winner, as a great filler. But look at it. This one stem has 20 plus blooms on it. I mean, hello, you get a big value there. So you could put this in a vase by itself.
Yeah.
But in a mixed bouquet, this is great because of the texture, the small blooms. These are a little cupped. The petals are a little curled. Love it.
Of course, we are talking for years now to try to get these Santinis and micro palms in. It's still difficult. A lot of people say every year, yeah, we're going to start. And actually, this year I heard some farms, they are sacking Santinis and their micros because it's really difficult to sell them.
Oh, I don't think so. If they're
So-
mixed bouquet,
So what I think, if you guys really are enthusiastic about the product, we need to promote that even more with you guys so other people can follow.
yeah, totally.
Right?
Agreed.
Agreed.
And I'm not saying that we want to kick out Aster. I'm
No.
not saying that. But there is a potential with all these colors, and it's quicker. And if we think about money-wise, these micros give more cuttings, and it's more easier to grow, more cycles. So yeah, well, there you save some money, and it would be incredibly nice to see these products more in the bouquets.
Yeah, totally. Totally in the bouquet. Because it gives it some, even though it's smaller, it gives it the texture. Because you can't have everything be big. Because you have your focal flowers, and then if you had all your chrysanthemums in there with a mixed bouquet, they can't all be big. So this having different sizes helps.
Agreed. Layering things in, like
Yeah.
you made comments about texture. Very much agreed. That there's a lot of potential, and I also think these could stand alone. If you put 7 to 10 stems
I
of a
agree.
micro palm by itself, you can add something if
Totally.
you wanted to. But they definitely are different. And to your point, Yermo, part of it is educating everybody from down the food chain, everybody from growers to wholesalers and retailers to the end consumer.
Right.
And part of that is having them available and having them easily available for purchase.
Right.
And once people see them more, I really think that there'll start to be some traction there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be
I
really
agree.
nice.
It would be.
Really nice. There's still some
I'm
work to
willing
do.
to do it as a retailer to give them a whirl, put them out there.
Give them a stage.
Yes, give them
Okay,
the
nice.
stage that they can perform on.
Yeah, that would be really nice.
Yeah.
Behind the cameraman, we have a nebula. It's even a smaller flower than the cascade.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
I love it. It's the color and so many flowers on top. So yeah, this week I talked with some people, also important people, and they said, DJ, what can we do? We want to put this product in, right? What can we do? Well, I would say, and that's more the idea I have, it's like, okay, let's put something together, put on a Zoom. We are going to make a recipe all together with these products. We grow them, We take pictures with the recipe, the bouquet, and we're gonna bash Instagram, and
Hey,
Facebook,
good idea.
and
Put
clients,
it
of
out
course.
there. Yeah, let's educate the population.
Yeah.
Exposure is going to be one of
Yeah.
the big things in
Right.
getting the education rolling. Is just
Correct.
the exposure
Yeah,
for
exposure.
people at all levels. Again,
Right.
what we're talking all the way to the end consumer.
Right, because if they don't know about it, then they don't know to go look for it.
Agreed.
So let's put it out there.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Well, we know
See,
that
these-
making recipes for you guys it's difficult with
Yeah.
everything which is out there, and you also have the cost price limit and all that. So, yeah, that's important that you guys give me that input, and we make the recipes together, and then show a product, and I think that could work.
It has to work. If we don't tell the people, they don't know.
That's right.
They don't know what they don't know, so we got to tell them.
And the thing is, what we're doing right now, of course, is what Jared said. Like, we are already educating people right now with the icon selection connect. So these are the dotties.
The dotties are so fun.
You like them?
I like them. They're the texture, and look, you can go boing, boing, boing with them.
I love the bronze. The bronze dotty, I feel like, is another one that, admittedly, I feel like that could also be done year round.
Yeah.
I know
Okay.
right now
The orange
fall
center?
fall is the obvious use, but it's one of those colors that I feel like you could put with a warm recipe, reds, oranges, or you can put with a colder recipe with some pinks and purples, and these will pop. I do feel like it's one of those programs that offers year-round
Potential.
traction
Yeah.
potential. Thank you.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, totally.
Really nice. I really like it. And the difference with our dotties and Candy Crushes is also Santini, which is a little bit bigger.
Bigger, yeah.
So it will stand out a little bit more, I
Right.
think. For what would you go? What would you like to promote if you have the choice? Yeah,
That's a
difficult.
tough one.
Yeah, but because there is a size difference.
There is a size different, but again, I have to look at how many flowers are on here. And you could use this in all kinds of things. In bouquets, you can use it in event work, such as weddings. That because of the little tiny blooms, or even when they're fully open, they're petite. But they tell a story because they have different colors. These are being a little bigger, and you might want to make a larger accent. These are maybe a simpler accent.
Yeah.
But this would be, again, both of them have a lot of texture. So they talk.
Yeah, that's nice.
I really like both. I do feel like the Candy Crush varieties are amazing. They are closer in appearance to button palms that we've seen in the past, and I do feel like in some ways the dotties are, speaking for myself at least, things that I have not seen anything like this.
No, I haven't.
And so, as far as differentiation, these are a little bit cooler in that regard to me. Having said that, the Candy Crush varieties are also awesome, but tend to represent.
Hello.
There you go.
There it is.
Really
So
nice.
This
Yeah,
is good.
well, and you never know, sometimes we know that Mark and we sometimes take a risk to put something in. He already had this before I came to work here, and I was like, wow, what a product, it's
Well,
crazy.
it's amazing.
Love it, and we should promote it more.
Yeah.
And now people are picking it up,
Right.
and I
So
think,
you're exposing it. You
And-
exposed me.
okay, yeah, well, but then we have to push it more.
That was.
Let everybody letting know that, hey, check the dotties and try to use it. And I think also because the market is still really traditional.
Yes.
The growers are traditional,
Growers
and
are-
the market is also traditional.
Yeah, but what I think I see with you at Icon is you're going out and expanding tradition by bringing textures like the Candy Crush, the dotties in. You're invigorating a crop that's been around and old school, and now you're giving it new life.
Right.
And for me as a buyer, I appreciate that. Because I get asked all the time, what's new? I'm excited to go home and share what I've seen here today and talking with you. I'm on sensory overload because there is so much new stuff. And this is chrysanthemums.
It is only chrysanthemum.
It's only
Imagine.
chrysanthemums, but
Yeah.
it's, wow,
In so many forms.
so many forms. I mean, and some of the beautiful arrangements that are around here today, just using chrysanthemums.
It's crazy, I know.
It is.
I know.
So, chrysanthemum is not old school.
It's not old school, it's not old fashioned anymore?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not at all.
Okay, crazy. Yeah, well, that's what we need. You know, that people indeed sack a little bit that label and see how many different.
Yeah, I mean, it's given me a lot of different ideas on what I can do to even promote in my stores and educate my store personnel so they can educate the consumer when they get asked a question. Hey, what are you going to do with these? Or can you give me something new and cool? I just need something simple that's going to last a long time.
Yeah.
And chrysanthemums have a vase life. They last a long time.
Yeah.
And there are oodles of options. I like the amount of choices you had. I think if I had more, I would tune out. So what choices you provided here today, for me, was good.
Okay, nice. Okay, yeah, well, we were thinking about, Mark and I, like, 60 new varieties is a lot.
It is.
It's a lot, and maybe we have to tear it down a little bit to 40 next year.
Okay.
Just to, and then know for sure.
And why would you do that? Just to focus more?
Yeah, focus more and have these 40 really tested well, so we can with confidence say, hey, check this out.
Right.
We checked it. It is good.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, good.
Because when you have a lot of flowers going on, a lot of coats, 10 of them, I think, well, still having doubt. You know?
Okay.
And we want to show it because we want to have the feedback.
Yeah.
But then we are not like really sure if it works in the beds. We don't know yet, or we know, but it's not sure. So I think to also get up the credibility of Icon. We need to also be confident with the product and say like, hey, the stuff you see here works.
Yeah. And have confidence.
Yeah.
Right. Which is good. I appreciate the effort you do.
So yeah, when we started discussing to get in what are we going to put, I was actually even thinking in 5 beds only. So 10
Really?
beds in total.
Oh.
5 beds only, or even 4. Cram it in, because you know we're here in Colombia.
Yeah.
It's not only talking about varieties. You feel it. It's warm.
Yep.
People are long days walking around on these showrooms.
Yep.
See a lot. Psychologically, we know that if you go into a candy shop with 3,000 stuffs, you will walk out with 4 candies. You know.
You gotta only pick the best.
That's why you're here.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, with that in mind as well, I think it's nice to lower it a little bit down, and give you guys obviously the opportunity to, we can send samples.
Yes.
We can send
that's
samples, just like, hey Heather, we have some new stuff, but I'm not sure if it can work. Shoot me, show it, then I can send you a box of it, and you give me the feedback I need. Right?
Yep. Absolutely. Happy to do it.
Crazy.
Happy to do it.
I want to show you. Yeah, well, we go to those mum bowls, the bowls.
Oh, my ball.
Because I have some questions.
Okay.
And, we're going pretty well. Okay, let's start here
Yes.
and work our way up.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a chrysanthemum which is still there, of course.
I'm a lava ball.
The balls of Icon. Tell me about this. Do you like it? Is this going to be a product which is going to be bigger?
Yep. Because if I didn't look at the foliage, I thought it was a dahlia.
Okay, yeah.
And the best part about this, it's going to last twice as long as a dahlia. Because the dahlia is so delicate, and in a couple of days it's done. Look at this. You're going to have this 10 days, 14 days,
Yeah.
and all the petals and this lush green foliage. It's like, wow, it just opens up.
I totally agree. I do see a lot of dahlia-like look aesthetics between the blooms. Something also worth mentioning with this is not only will the vase life be much longer and more impressive, it's also going to be much more cost-effective for customers that are price-sensitive.
Yeah.
Dahlias are great. I'm not bagging on dahlias, but they're also not the cheapest stems at a grocery store either, at any retailer. So to have something that has a very similar aesthetic, will be cheaper and last longer.
Okay.
Will be something that I feel like as mum ball production continues to increase, same thing we're talking about, exposure and education to consumers continues to increase, will only, this is going to be a positive experience for people. Whereas dahlias, sometimes if you look at them wrong, they're gonna wilt on you.
They are.
Yeah. Well,
This is exciting.
for the people here checking us out, talking about prices, maybe you can tell them a little bit, because you know probably they don't know how much does a chrysanthemum cost. Maybe you can explain a little bit about that to give them a better image. Like, what does a stem dahlia cost, and what will give them a little bit of an indication.
A dahlia stem cost now is roughly over $1.
Okay.
Or more.
Or more.
Or more.
That's if you're lucky. If they're flushing. This, I don't know.
Probably about a third of that.
Yeah,
Probably about
exactly.
a third. Your stem ratio, as far as price goes, is going to be about
And I
3 to
could
1, more or
do
less.
these as a 5-stem bunch or a 7-stem bunch. And this is new and exciting, and it's a chrysanthemum. And it has the dahlia look. And like I told you earlier, I thought it was a dahlia from afar, so until I got closer and looked at the foliage and went, oh yeah,
Oh, it's chrysanthemum.
it's a chrysanthemum. And this is what's making a new name for chrysanthemum. This is what's new and cool. And you've got some
agree.
great color varieties. I mean, this orange here and this red, dark bronze, perfect summer, fall. Although I think we could have it year round.
Yeah, that's another.
Right.
Again, could this be a everyday product?
I think it could.
Okay,
Absolutely.
nice, really.
And I know
nice.
you've got some other colors
Yeah.
down here. So
True red.
this true red, because looking down on this is amazing. This true red along with this lighter pink, they just harmonize together. This just screams exciting to me.
I agree. This is another program I'm
And
very
this is
excited about.
red.
Very excited.
We is. I mean, Valentine's Day, Christmas, just the major holidays where you want red.
Yeah.
But red all year round. Red in the summer. You can still do red in the spring because not everybody likes pastels. So it gives us
Is
some.
that taking risk or no? Is that
I think it's taking risk, but I think it's worth the risk.
nice? Really
You
nice.
know, try it. I don't know. I'd sign up and have my stores try it and see what
And
kind
what's-
of feedback and customer engagement they get with it, and get, see what they come back with. But this red is amazing,
Yeah, and of course
and
again,
it's natural. It's Mother Nature at her finest.
it's Mother Nature at the finest, and look at the foliage. You know, it's also
It's
shiny
great.
green
Shiny green.
that makes the red jump out.
Yes, it does.
Okay, then we have here something pretty new, and it's called Fluffy.
Fluffy. She is very fluffy.
What do we think about it?
I like it.
Because it's new,
It's new and it's got these feathered
Different.
edges. Again, it looks like a dinner plate dahlia. I mean, look at some of these blooms. They're as big as my hand.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
and even in vase they will get bigger.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely.
Would the people like this?
Yes,
They won't say,
because
oh,
they
what a-
like the
what a
feathered
chaos.
look. No,
No.
not at all.
Well,
I think-
obviously, farms would say like, oh, well, this can have problems in transport and stuff, and
Yeah,
they're probably
but
right.
you can pack it like with the socks on it. That way, it'll give it some safety net and packaging and transportation.
Yep.
And then at store level, we remove them.
That's true. That's true. The mochi jellos, yeah. Well, these are
These are amazing.
These are amazing. These are one of my favorites from here today. It's like, ooh, they're so crazy beautiful.
right. Yeah.
The color and the bicolorness of these blooms here is unbelievable.
Foliage is like this, so you can
Yes.
pack it easy.
Yep.
And the consistency, it's another thing we're kind of talking about with some of the mum balls versus a dahlia is just the consistency
Right.
of what you know what you're going to get. They're going to perform. You're going to get a base life out of it, 7+ days after a purchase from a retailer. And dahlias are great, but they're just so finicky. And having something that is reliable and will perform and provide a positive experience for the customer is something that we're all trying to achieve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, we know that. We know that. But it's still difficult to get there.
It is.
Because we know that the people love dahlias.
Yep.
They love it.
Yeah.
If you see the wild nature bouquets, which was a trend last year and the year before, I didn't saw any chrysanthemum there. It was only dahlia.
See? Look. Got a
There it
chrysanthemum.
is. This one.
Yeah, talk to me about this. It's
Well,
cool.
what happened was that Mark asked me last year, like, what would you do with this code? Would we put it in? Well, I said yes, straight up. You know, it's a great green, and we need to have the feedback because it's different, it's strange, and we'll see what happens.
It reminds me of a thumbprint cookie because the center is pushed and you put my thumb down on it.
Okay,
And
yeah,
it's a
really
flat.
nice.
And then the petals curve up.
Yesterday, people
On the
said,
edges.
the girl said, like, it looks like the manes of a lion.
Ooh, it's a perfect
And,
analogy.
yeah, so there was also people saying, like, yeah, if you're gonna name it Green Lion,
Green lion.
I like it. That can
I
work.
like it.
It's still just a number now, so that could be the name.
Yeah,
that could be the name indeed.
Yeah.
But do you see a future in it?
I do. Because it's different.
It's different.
It's different. It checks the box of different.
But
And
people
green.
will not be anxious to try this?
I'm anxious to try it.
Okay, so you're honest.
I'm honest, yeah. I'm anxious to try it.
I do think that the texture of the blooms are super different and unique. Haven't really seen anything like that. Having said that, I think historically too, green chrysanthemums tend to be one of the lower produced, selling it at store level. But there's potential there, and I think doing something different is a lot of the point of what we're doing. You know, exposure and education to new things.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
We are going to
Go
out
this
of the
way.
beds
Okay.
for a last words. Any last words, right? It's important. We do this every time. If you don't follow us yet, just follow us at Icon Selections. Do you guys have Instagram accounts? Or,
Yes, we do.
Okay, then give it up so they can follow you as well.
I'm at Hemigirl, which is HMMIGIRL.
I do not actually.
And Kendal doesn't have Instagram.
They do, but let's stick with Icon Selections.
Okay.
Let's get guys following you, and we'll go from there.
Really good. Yeah, well, traditionally we always ask any last words. So please say what you want to say to our viewers to finish up.
Thanks for having us come out here today to visit. I am in awe of all the amazing things done with chrysanthemums and happy to participate.
Great,
in
thank
your
you so much.
Instagram Live today.
I think the exact same thing. Couldn't say it any better. This has been super impressive. Would highly recommend for anybody that has the ability to come out here to Rio Negro to see this kind of stuff, because it shows you what the future can look like. And when you have premier breeders leading the way, it's fun for the rest of us, and things will trickle down, and the future is in places like this.
Are you coming back?
Absolutely, I'm coming back.
Next year,
Next
same
year.
time,
Same
same
time.
place.
Same time.
Icon
same
Selection
channel.
Connects, right, really nice. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you guys, because
you,
it was
guys.
really last minute, and they did it, and we had a really great conversation. Hope you learned something. Please follow us again, give a thumbs up, and I check you in 2 weeks, and in 2 weeks we have also a really special guest, and I'm not going to tell you, you guys, you want to know it, but he is crazy. We see you next time. Ciao.